My name is Chris, and welcome to the Camper Dan Files. Check out these remnants of the clouds rolling up the mountain here. Really can't see it that well now, but a few seconds ago, before I started my camera, you can actually see the mist of the clouds moving. They're coming in this direction, sweeping this way. That haze that you see there, that's the clouds. That peak right there, it's unseasonably bare this season. Usually that peak right there will stay pretty thickly covered with snow all year round. Not this year though. This hill here is really rocky and loose, so we want to make sure we have the ability to put down as much traction as possible. So I had to shut the camera off back there because it got kind of hairy. Not exactly a full switchback, but we were literally on the edge and we were doing a little bit of wee bit of dog walking there. It's getting easier. Have another hill to ascend here. We didn't air down or anything like that because I don't have an air compressor with me. So right now we're at around 28 PSI. Not the softest, but not the firmest either. Yeah, isn't that awesome?
We're like literally above the clouds in a sense.
Okay, so we've come to a fork in the road, ladies and gents. So, the mountain range that we're in is going to be just beneath Charleston Peak, which is back up this way. And there's tons and tons and tons of off-roading trails and BLM all through here. So I think what we're gonna do is just try and explore a little bit of everything. I have almost a full tank of gas. I'm showing that this trail going this way and goes up and over that little rise there. So that could be fun. So there's Camper Dan. And we can go to the right, going in this direction, which looks fairly easy, but it looks like it winds us back up the mountain. But it has some fun little ruts and dips to run here, like this one. And it's right here, we could see it. So I think I'm gonna go in this direction. If it gets too questionable going that way, we'll just make our way back down and go this way. So as we were riding down the mountain, we seen what looked like an inlet for a trail, but we were going too fast to stop and investigate. So I just kept going until I came to the head of this trail where we started initially. And it's a nice little trail. It's fun. Look at that mountain, guys. Isn't it gorgeous? Just the dusting of snow up there. This weekend I was celebrating my birthday a few days in advance. It's not until Wednesday. But this was something that I've been wanting to do. Yeah, guys, so we're going really slow. We're going about 10 miles an hour. And that's ideal for this. And here comes a ditch.
To go to the left.
Easy peasy. What ditch? Ooh, there's a dip right here. Ooh, some ruts. Now we're talking. So just take your time. That's the name of the game. Slow and steady wins the race. Because it's better to get there slow than not at all. So me and the wife were just discussing possible campsites over near this trail. Now on this end, you're not allowed to leave the trail with your vehicle. And you know, there's some pine trees here. Mostly sagebrush back down the mountain. But I guess there's no camping allowed over here. I think in the other direction, no. You can camp, like there's plenty of open space, which hopefully I'll get to show you guys that later on in our travels here. Well, for right now, we're just enjoying this part of the trail. It's really nice. Like I said, it's mostly loose rocks that you encounter here. So far, we haven't had a problem though, which is good. Today, we're more on a exploratory observation kind of deal. Did see a few places that could possibly be used for camping. And outside of camping though, we're gonna pick a day where we don't have any time constraints, come out first thing, and we're gonna devote the whole day to just running trail. Well, here's the civilized part of the trail again. I don't know if this is due to drought or if there was a fire. Looks like it might have been a fire. But yeah, this is why you want to be careful with your fire, guys. Because once you destroy this stuff, especially for this geographic location, sadly, the trees probably will never come back. And if they do, they won't be in the numbers that they were previously. That's for sure. So I had to come out and investigate this area right here, because my wife just mentioned something to me that I couldn't see from where I was seated. But look, it's remnants of a fire pit. So that answers the question. I could definitely camp here. It's BLM. It's just questionable as to whether or not if I can get my wife to comfortably want to camp right here. She's not a real big fan of sagebrush and anything brush related, because she's really wary of snakes. But I think this would be cool. And we're not too far from civilization. If you look over this way, that's our weather station for Mount Charleston. And the road is only maybe a mile or two in this direction. We're far enough away to where you can't hear the road noise, but we're riding parallel to the main road. And that's one of the things that makes it so fun, especially for somebody like myself that's relatively new to off-roading. If something were to go left, I don't have to travel too far to get help. Wow, check out this cloud over here. Look at that. That's what's been going on all morning long. These clouds have just been working their way up the mountain. All right, guys, so we're gonna go back to the rig. We're gonna keep working our way down the road here. We're still running the OEM style KYBs, shocks in the rear. Mainly because I've only been riding these shocks for maybe about a year or so. I have maybe 12,000 miles down on them, roughly. And the Billisteens, the cost is not prohibitive for me. I mean, they're less than $100 a piece. But my biggest challenge and concern is the fact that those Billisteens OEM fitment is not meant for this truck. If you guys have been doing any research at all online, especially at Empora.net, you will know or have learned by now that these Billisteens will require modification of the upper shock mount. Modification in this case being drilling out the upper mounts to accommodate a bigger bolt, so that way you could take up that gap that you would naturally have if you were to just slap the Billisteens on as is. Another thing that I heard that you can do is use washers to fill the gap if you don't want to do the drilling. Personally, I would like to do the drilling just to make it fit that much better. However, I'm gonna have to acquire some more tools, and I'm definitely gonna have to do some practice, maybe on a junkyard cadaver, because I don't want to file things up on my truck, because once you screw up those mounts, that's it. There's no going back, especially for me. Now, these upper shock mounts, they're somewhat designed to be removable, but due to the rust on my R50, I highly doubt I'm going to be able to remove them. So, you know, if I'm going to go that route, I only have one shot to do it, and I have to get it right the first time. So there's that. And this will definitely help in the flex department or articulation. And yeah, I would like to articulate a little bit more. Right now on the driver's side, I'm slightly tucked because of the angle that we're sitting on the trail. So here on the passenger side, you can see we have a little bit of travel going on there. Nothing too crazy. We're not at max extension yet, but I think that would only be a few more millimeters at best, and then we'd be maxed out on travel here. So the Billisteens, what they're gonna do for us, or anyone that's interested in going that route, it's gonna give you more travel in the suspension. Now, you still have to account for your panhard, which mine is still in the OEM location. If I do decide to go with the Billisteens, it's gonna be a little while from now. I'll probably buy those components and just have them sitting around for a few months before I work up the courage to get them on. I'm just trying to build my truck in stages, if that makes any sense. When I was speaking on my lift saying that it was completed, it's not complete. It's still a work in progress. I was just more so referring to where the truck is as of right now. Again, Billistine's coming in the future, but that will be some time from now. We're just trying to feel the truck out and feel out the setup just to see where we're lacking and what other supporting mods and upgrades we might need. My R50 build is on a budget. And I think that applies to not just myself, but a lot of us in the R50 community. Not all of us have countless hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting around for us to throw at our R50. For me, this vehicle is somewhat of a toy for me. I acquired this vehicle mainly to get out, get to more off-beaten locations, primarily to camp, and just now I'm developing a love for off-roading too. So there's that. There's a lot more fun and interesting things to come. Pretty soon we're gonna be working on comms. I have a few ideas that I'm throwing around for that. I have most things that I need. I wanna say we need 2 other supporting components to go ahead and mock something up, and more importantly, get it up and running. Because if we're seriously gonna be out here in the bush, we need to have the comms up and running. That's of the utmost importance. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and give us a like. And while you're at it, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep using your Pathfinder as a Pathfinder, on or off the pavement. Once again, my name is Chris, and thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna go ahead and disengage our manual locking hubs here. Yeah, it's a fun trail. I'll definitely do it again sometime. Maybe even camp in the area, who knows. So now that we're done off-roading, we're in town here and we're at one of my favorite locations to eat, Shucks Tavern. Here we have a freshly poured Guinness. Probably gonna do an order of wings. I'll probably do the crusty Italian with Parmesan cheese.